Hey guys, how's it going? It's Molly. I'm here today to talk about some new makeup releases that have come out in the past couple of weeks. Today is April 20th, and I had some time to sit down and film this. Even in this crazy time, there are still makeup releases. There are still things to talk about. It's a nice distraction. So if you are in need of a distraction, or if you need some help feeling better about not getting some of these releases, you've come to the right place. Because I don't know if you've seen these videos with mine before, but I typically am saying no to most things. So, if you're curious about my opinion on the new releases that are coming out, if there's anything I'm planning on picking up, what I'm going to skip over and why, then keep watching. Okay, so as always, I'm going to be going to the Trend Mood 1 Instagram page for the first and the bulk of these products. The reason I use her is because she typically includes prices and release dates. Not all beauty pages do, and I feel like though that's important information to have, right? Because price plays a role. Something could be absolutely beautiful, but my gosh, if I can't afford it, I'm not going to get it. Okay, I have no idea if Kaja Beauty is cruelty-free or not, but I want to talk about it. They are releasing these new items. My God, it's been cloudy this whole time, and now the sun pops out, and now we are dealing with this again, because once again, it's late when I'm filming this. 1 second. Also, before I get started, we'll get to Kaja in a second, but I just thought of this while I was fixing my lighting. If you are in a situation where you're not working right now and money is tight, don't buy any of this. Now, I saw that Too Faced recently introduced Afterpay. Of course, they introduced this now. It strikes me as very predatory. When companies are like, oh, you're broke. Here, you can pay us later. I think it encourages really unfortunate consumer behaviors. And don't do that. Even if a company offers Afterpay, don't set yourself up for that, because you don't know what's going to happen next month or the month after. You don't know that you're going to be able to pay all of that. So just don't. If you don't have the money right now, don't get it. Okay. Be a wise consumer, I guess is what I'm saying. It's okay to be a consumer. We need consumerism for our booming economy to come back. But if you legitimately don't have the money, don't go out and rack up debt to get these things. You know what? The other, I think it was Ulta. I don't have one of their credit cards, but I know some people who do, and they received an email stating like, hey, you still got this line of credit to use. Don't do it. Just say no. Okay. So anyways, back to Kaja. Their packaging is super, super cute. If you guys saw my favorites video, I talk about my weird love of round, flat shapes. And their packaging is very much like that. And I like it a whole lot. It's adorable. All of their packaging is, and I would love to get some of it, but I'm waiting until I know for a fact that they're cruelty-free. I don't know for a fact. They're not on any list that I trust. So for that reason, it's a no. It's a no for me. Another thing that I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, I'm only going to be talking about things that are actually interesting to me. There's a lot of things that I don't have an opinion on one way or another, and I was finding myself talking about those things in these videos, which was making them kind of boring, truthfully. So if there's something that has released recently that I'm not touching on, it's because I don't have an opinion of it. It's like, well, there's that. Who cares? Okay. Now, Makeup Revolution. They are releasing these new luster highlighters. They're $15 a piece. There's 4 different shades. They have a rose embossed on them. They look beautiful. But I will say, Makeup Revolution, and I mentioned this in the last video of these that I did. Makeup Revolution is a brand that I just don't really trust the product quality. So for that reason, I don't know that I feel comfortable spending $15 for a drugstore highlighter from a brand that has shoddy quality. I think I would want to hear reviews and see if this is something that I am actually, see if it's in line with my personal makeup style. This brand, they release products that don't have good pigmentation. They're powdery, they're poor quality, and I don't want to spend the money on that. There are so many things that I would love to spend money on that I know will be good. This is not one of them, so I'm passing for now. There's a lot of companies coming out with these glowy body oils. Sol de Janeiro is coming out with their own glow oil. I can't speak. This is going to be available. It's already available at Sephora in the UK. I don't understand this. That makes no sense. So it says that it's going to be available tomorrow for everyone, which this was posted April 8th, so should be available now. But then it says Sephora/UK May 1st through 3rd, and then Sephora EU June 1st. So is it available for everyone or is it not? Who is everyone? US? I don't get it. But the point is, I'm not going to get it because, as I mentioned in previous Will I Buy It's, new makeup releases, that's what I call these. I don't glow my body. I don't do it. I don't know. But these do look really pretty and they probably smell heavenly. Oh God. I bet they do, but I'm not going to get it. Okay, Charlotte Tilbury is releasing her new magic serum. This is the Crystal Elixir. I can't. Ugh. Anyways, it's 30 mils for $80. Got some fancy ingredients. Hyaluronic acid is among them. So I'm not going to get this. It's a hydrating serum for youthful looking skin. There are a ton of products like this on the market. You don't need this. You don't. Get a good moisturizer. You'll probably be fine. Okay. Let's move on. Ooh, Beauty Blender's releasing something. A new blender cleanser. Who cares? It's a mini. If you need a mini, like, I don't know, maybe you want to carry it in your purse. Travel. I guess if you want to travel, if we ever get to travel again, maybe this is a good option. I just use the Dr. Bronner's Castile soap, though. You can get a little travel size at Target for like $2.99. It's good. Okay, I wasn't going to talk about this because it's not that exciting, but the description has me kind of excited. Becca is releasing a new highlighter, and it says that it's in the shade Own Your Light. It's limited edition, so that's one strike against it. I don't really care for limited edition products. I don't dislike them. I don't know. I feel like it creates a lot of hype around a product to drive sales, and that it's a brilliant marketing tool, but I am just more mindful of it so it doesn't work on me. I tried to make it not work on me. Anyway, it says it's a warm gold meets ultrafine and bright pigments in peach and pink that adapt to the undertones of your skin and bring out your natural glow. It sounds like sorcery in a powder. And I kind of want to try it, but Becca highlights are $38. So am I going to try it? Probably not. Honestly, $38 for a highlight. I mean, I have enough highlights. I've been buying highlights. I think I'm okay. I'm liking the highlights that I have right now. Like the one I got on right now. That's beautiful, if I don't say so myself. That's Star Island by Ofra, and I really like it. And I feel like it makes me look lit from within. It's not crazy. Anyway, the description sounded really interesting. There is no release date as of April 10th when this was posted. So that may have changed. Maybe it's available now. If I come across it later on, BH Cosmetics is releasing their new Midnight Festival collection. So I want to say it was 2 years ago they had their festival palette and it got rave reviews. People loved that palette. The BH formula, as some of you, if you guys watch my videos, you probably know, like, I actually really like it. I don't know if, I have no idea what the formula is like in this, but I would be curious to try it, except for the fact that I'm just not that drawn to super colorful palettes right now. I don't know what it is. I feel like 2 months ago, I would have been like, yes, I want that. Even though realistically, I'm not going to wear a lot of these shades on a consistent basis. I think that's why I've been drawn to more neutral tones lately, or more wearable tones, because it's not feasible for me to go to work with a bright green eye look. It just isn't. I'm more into earth tones. But here's what they're releasing. They've got a 20 color eyeshadow palette for $15. They've got mattes, shimmers, oh, and pressed glitters. That just sealed the deal. I don't need this. Not that I'm completely against pressed glitters. There are some ColourPop palettes that I would like to try that have pressed glitters. But if I'm already on the fence about something, that's enough to put me on the side of not buying. And then there's the High Shine Lip Gloss Duo. It looks like there's two different duos. One looks like it's pigmented and one looks like it's probably not. And then a brush set. So prices range for $9 for duos, $15 for the eyeshadow palette, and $18.75 for the brush set. The lip glosses just, they aren't, the more pigmented ones look pretty, but the nude ones just look like clear glosses on the lips. They don't entice me at all. The brush set looks fine. I don't need any new brushes, so I'm not going to pick that up. And like I said, with the eyeshadow palette, I don't need it. It's got a pressed glitter. I'm not wearing crazy bright shades right now. And I mean, yeah, you've got some more neutral tones also, but I don't need it. The other thing, I have the Juvia's Place Magic Mini palette that I love. And those are all the brights that I need for right now. So I'm good. Plus I got the Sugar Pill Capsule 2 palette and the Sugar Pill Fun Size palette. Did some really fun looks with both of those within the past couple weeks. And, you know, so I'm not wearing colorful shades. Like when I'm not going to work, I do. But maybe it's because I have enough. I don't need it. That argument is not going to hold up throughout this video, just so you know. Let's move on. Kosas has these new bronzers. And I was on the fence about this because I was like, I don't know if Kosas is cruelty free, but I looked into it and they are. And so now I kind of want these. It's a baked formula. They're $34 a piece. It says that it moisturizes, smooths, and visibly softens your skin. Oh, with shea butter. It has shea butter. Hang on a second. Hold up. It's a moisturizing baked bronzer. That's crazy. Now, these definitely look very shimmery, and I'm not entirely sure that I would want to do that. I do have a baked bronzer formula from Ulta. It's probably not as good a quality as this, honestly, not to sound snooty. But I would anticipate a $34 bronzer would work better than a $15 bronzer that's part of a face palette that I got. Now, the promo pictures, it's definitely a highlighting bronzer. So if you don't want shimmer, I would not get this. But I do have the intention of making more purchases at Sephora this year, and this may end up being one of them. It's probably between this and the Milk Makeup Baked Bronzer, or the Milk Makeup Cream Bronzer, the one in a stick. Is it milk? Yeah. Anyway, this released April 14th at Sephora at Kosas. If you're interested in it, you should totally pick one up because they do look really, really beautiful. All right, Viseart has this new palette. This, I think, is really pretty. This is their Spritz Edit. Super cute for spring and summer. It's citrus themed. I like citrus. It's like my major pregnancy craving. It was with my son. It is with this one. Really into it. My work phone is ringing. It's 6:24. Why are people calling me right now? Who are you? Anyway, it's $39. I really love I love the prices of these edit palettes from Viseart. However, even this one, as beautiful as it is, and let's face it, I don't want it for the mattes, I want it for the shimmers, real bad. For whatever reason, the color story of these palettes just isn't pulling me in. I think if I was going to choose one of them, I would go with the Paris edit. I think that's what it was. The one that released like around Valentine's Day. It was kind of a mauve-y, cool toned palette that looked really pretty. I love the fact that I could try Viseart shadows for a fraction of the cost. Their 12 pan, I think their 12 pan palettes are $80. They're standard, like 12 pan palettes are $80, whereas these are $39. They're smaller pans, of course, but if you're not a working artist, small pans are fine. Anyway, wait. I can get 20% off because I'm an essential worker. I just saw that. Is that still going on? Well, crap. Now I kind of want to get it. I don't know who's offering. It says that they're offering professional artists, healthcare, and essential workers 20% off. I'm an essential worker. Hello. I wouldn't mind that. Anyways, I have no idea who's offering that. It says it's available at Beautylish. I would assume also on Viseart's website, but I don't know. And it released April 15th, so 5 days ago. But it's really pretty. Oh, and I might get it. I don't need to spend the money. I don't know. We'll see. Buxom. Buxom is releasing their new Staycation Vibes collection. There is a 12-pan eyeshadow palette. There's a lip gloss set and some new full-on lip plumpers, and then a couple of new bronzers. All right, so the eyeshadow palette is $39. It's called the Extrovert palette. It says it's 12. Oh, my baby is kicking like crazy. Oh my gosh. 12 primer infused powder to silk shadows, and matte, satin, and metallic finishes. Super into the metallic part. I think the color story here is fine. There's something about it that does kind of remind me of like an ABH color story. Like they're kind of pulling different elements into a neutral palette. There's like a pop of yellow, a pop of blue, like a mint shimmer. It does look pretty, but it isn't quite what I'm looking for. And I don't know that I need to spend $39 on an eyeshadow palette that I'm not like really drawn to. If this was a smaller price point, I might, because I don't know, I love trying new things. But I think for now, I'm probably going to skip over that. Then there's the Staycation Vibes Primer Infused Bronzer for $28. These I do want to try. Why am I so attracted to bronzers right now? What a boring thing to be excited about, but I am. So that I'm kind of curious about. Then there's the full-on plumping lip polish, $21. There's White Russian Sparkle, Dylan, Ryan, and Charlie. Okay. I have a dog named Charlie. Maybe I should get that one. And then there's a Scoop It Up plumping lip gloss set for $25. I'm guessing those are minis. But, correction, the mint is not a shimmer. It is a matte. And now that I'm seeing swatches of the eyeshadow palette, it's an easy pass for me. I don't want it. There's like 2 shades that are very similar. There is an interesting duochrome, but it's not a duochrome in a shade that I would probably get much use out of. It's like a really like pale silvery blue duochrome, it looks like. The glosses, the one gloss that I think looks really pretty is Ryan. It's the darkest one. That I might be interested in. So I might get a gloss. This gloss formula isn't my favorite. It's a little bit more sticky and thick than what I prefer, but I'm not ruling it out. Anyway, so maybe a gloss and probably a bronzer, because I'm curious. They have good cheek products. I have one of their blushes on, one of their primer infused blushes in the shade Wanderlust, and it's really pretty. So, I don't know. e.l.f. has some new lippies. This is their Sheer Slick lipstick. At first, like when I saw these and I heard the name, I was like, oh, I bet there's probably no color payoff. They're probably really crappy. I don't want them. But it's got that long, skinny packaging that I like. And the swatches are way more pigmented than I anticipated. So for that reason, I kind of want one. Not gonna lie. I don't know which one I want. It might be any of the berry shades, honestly, I think look really cute. So this is, they're $5 a piece. It sounds like they're available now. Yeah, I for sure want to try these. ABH has a bunch of nude glosses that you can get. There are 4 new mini glosses, 2 new formulas, $28, available the 17th. Why? I feel like they're just pulling I heard the brand wasn't doing that well, and this does not surprise me. There's nothing, one is like, actually it looks like 2 of them are crazy glittery, and then the other 2 are just these plain old nude glosses. I don't want it. I don't want to spend $28 to get a couple of glosses that I would wear and a couple that I wouldn't. Because I don't generally wear like really sparkly glosses. There are a couple formulas that I have that have micro shimmers in them, but these look straight up glittery. I don't know. So I'm going to pass. Hourglass is releasing this new Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. Now, am I going to try this? Probably not, mainly because I don't know what it costs, and if I know anything, it's Hourglass, so it's going to be pricey, right? But Hourglass is a brand that I really want to try more of. And there may be a time in the future when I do try this. Let me tell you what it is. It's a setting spray that gives you like radiance. Now, I would be kind of curious to know if it was like the Cover FX illuminating setting spray where you have to shake it and there's micro shimmer in it, so it gives you like this shiny. That sounds bad. It's really pretty. The effect is really pretty, but I mean, if you get really close to somebody, you're going to see that there's all these sparkles all over their face. And you kind of look like a vampire from, what's that movie where they get sparkly? Really big in the early 2000s. Robert Pattinson. I have no idea the name of it, but you're like one of those vampires. You got the girl that wants to marry the vampire, so she becomes a vampire. Does she become a vampire? I have no idea. What is that movie? Somebody please comment it down below because I have no idea. Maybe I'll look it up when this is all over. Anyway, I would be curious to see what exactly makes this radiant. The description here doesn't offer a lot of details, but it does sound kind of, I think what it is, the thing that is pulling me in are the words soft focus. That sounds nice. That sounds blurring, perfecting, beautifying. I hate that word. Sounds interesting. All right, Give Me Glow. Give Me Glow is releasing their extra spicy palette. When I first saw this, I thought it was a ColourPop palette. No shade to Give Me Glow. I think they're a great company. I like them. I've had good interactions with their customer service. I've had a great experience with them. That being said, this is not a palette that I personally am interested in. My God, my lighting. Hang on. So the thing that I'm not crazy about with this palette is the color story. I think the shimmers look really pretty, but I don't typically wear red mattes or matte yellows or matte oranges. So probably wouldn't get a ton of use out of this. Like I said, their formula is pretty good. I purchased some of their products a while ago. And the thing that I noticed with the ones that I purchased, some of the shimmers that I purchased had like a dark base. And so I wasn't crazy about that. It was like a bronze shade and the base was really dark, too dark for it. And the mattes that I got were really, really pigmented and really dry. So basically it just took more finesse to get it to blend out. But once I got it blended out, they were really pretty. So whatevs. My husband just got home, so my dogs are freaking out. Bear with me. I think one of the most exciting releases that just came out within the past couple weeks were the addition to the Nabla Cosmetics Cutie collections. Anyways, I think that these are beautiful. I would like to try one of the palettes and I would like to try one of the lipsticks. I don't know which palette I want. I know that I don't really want the cool tone one because there's 2 silvers and I don't wear silvers. I'm immediately drawn to the Wildberry palette, and I do kind of also like the Metropolitan oh my god palette. All right, so the palettes are $24. The lipsticks are $16. It's the Glam Touch lipstick. I don't know which one I would want to try. Probably the one in the middle. The one beneath the berry one. So maybe I'll just get the berry palette and the berry lipstick. I'm guessing it's the Wildberry lipstick. So Nabla is a brand that I've wanted to try for so long. So long. Definitely really want this. That Wildberry palette reminds me of the Natasha Denona Cranberry palette, which has been on my list for a very long time also. But I think those are like $49 for 5 shadows, which is fine. It's Natasha Denona. You know you're getting something good, but if this can like quench my thirst for that color story for $24, maybe it's for sure a better option. Okay, so in the beginning of my video, I talked about how I was only going to talk about products that I had a strong opinion on. But then I realized that there are certain things that I should probably talk about because they're more anticipated. ColourPop is releasing some new collections. They've got a couple of new eyeshadow palettes, some new lippies, blushes. It is really hard to tell what the formulas are in these eyeshadow palettes. The palettes look pretty, but I think I already have these from exact same palettes from ColourPop. And I can't tell, like I said, I can't tell the formula, so I don't know if there's a pressed glitter or not. The description doesn't say if there is or not. I guess I could watch the Trend Mood YouTube video about it, but I didn't know she had a YouTube channel. Did I? I don't know. Anyways, the palettes are $14 a piece. The blushes are $10 and the Luxe glosses are $8 each. So the 2 collections, she's got Solstice and then there's All Things. Interesting. So this is available now. They're not shipping out of their own distribution center anymore. So you can go onto ColourPop's website and place an order, but they can't fulfill it until California lifts their shelter in place mandate. So at this point in time, it could be a very long time before you can actually get your ColourPop orders. So I'm not placing any orders with them. They're using Ulta. They're releasing everything through Ulta that they're releasing. My dog is freaking out right now. They're not releasing that much. So of these 2, I don't know. I probably like the purpley palette better. It looks really pretty. I would like to see some swatches, but there aren't any. The blushes don't excite me and the glosses don't excite me. But if I was going to pick one up, it would be that small purple palette. But I think what I will probably do, I've been wanting to place an order with ColourPop for a while. I'm going to wait until they're shipping again because there's some of their like normal 9-pan palettes that have caught my eye. The Lilac You A Lot one I think is really pretty, and the Going Coconuts one. Those 2 I want. And it seems like I can get some very similar looks with those instead of getting this. I don't know. My curiosity is piqued. I'm interested. Don't know that I'll be getting it. Okay, now Melt Cosmetics is releasing their new 420 collection. So of course they are, right? I think it probably released today. Yeah, April 20th. So part of this collection is this eyeshadow palette. And I've been wanting to try a Melt Cosmetics palette for a long time. Gemini definitely caught my attention. And then there was another one that had more like mauves and plums. Not plums, mauves and mauves. More mauves. I don't remember the name of that one. And I think it was limited edition. I could be wrong. Either way, I didn't pick them up. I felt like Smoke Sessions was really pretty. What else? The Dia de los Muertos palettes that they released back in, I think, October. Those were both really pretty. Their Love palette was a total miss for me. Point is, I've been wanting to try them. Their price is a little high for my taste. I don't know what this one costs. I would imagine it's right around the same price as their other palettes, which is like $55, between $50 and $60. Sounds about right. So when I first saw this, I thought it looked beautiful. I didn't know much about it. It just says that there's a striking array of potent yellows, amber neutrals, and a hint of green. Now, then they released this promo photo. And it looks totally different. Of course it does, because this is in true lighting. This is not in whatever lighting they were doing. They were doing like this photo shoot with like green lights, and it was throwing off the color. Like if you look at the models, they're all like green and orange, and it's not makeup, it's lighting. Anyway, so upon further inspection, there's one shimmer and it's like a yellow shimmer. There's ends up being 3 different yellows. I don't wear yellow on my eyes very often. There's like a mossy green, which I have in an e.l.f. palette. Probably not the same formula. Sure it isn't. There's some deep teals, some like purpley shades. Which honestly, the teal and like the dark purple remind me of shades that I have in Subculture that I never reach for. So I know myself well enough to know that I'm not going to get any use out of this palette, so I'm not going to get it. But that first picture did look really pretty. It looked promising. The lighting made it look like a completely different palette than what it is. Man, there's another bronzer releasing, Essence. Essence is releasing their Bronze This Way collection. There's an eyeshadow palette, a matte bronzer, and like a shimmery baked bronzer. Do I want to try them? Yes, I do. I don't know why. Am I going to? God, I hope not. Anyway, the collection includes a body oil, a blush. Oh, sorry. It's not a baked shimmery bronzer. It's a baked bronzy blush. Correction. There's 2 matte bronzers, a fan brush, an eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette looks really pretty. It definitely reminds me of Soft Glam, and I have Soft Glam. So I really probably need to stop purchasing so many eyeshadow palettes. So I will likely be skipping over this, but my God, there are some beautiful shades in there. Like I said, the cheek products, those are the ones that are interesting to me. I don't know why, but they are. Who are you? Morphe. I forgot that Morphe existed. They've got these new 9-pan palettes. I like that they're small, but again, Morphe's a brand that you just don't know what you're going to get. You could get an amazing palette. You could get a totally crappy product. So they're $12 a piece. There's a Smoke and Shadow Artistry palette, and then the 9V Vintage Rose Artistry palette. The Vintage Rose one, I'm curious about. That one actually looks really pretty. I don't see that color story done super often, and I'm interested. And I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I kind of want it. It's only $12, so who knows? Maybe I'll get it someday. If it's available at Ulta, I'll probably get it, but I doubt that I'll place an order with Morphe independently. Makeup Scientist Cosmetics is coming out with this eyeshadow palette. This is the Sodium Fine eyeshadow palette. get it. So damn fine. That's funny. And it's in the shape of a beaker bottle. Cute, clever, whatever. These names, the names of the shades are kind of all over the place. There's Galaxy Area 51, Carver AU for gold, Period, which is like a reddish pink shade. That's tacky. Atom Bomb, Haze, Jemison, I don't know what that is. Comet, Eclipse, Dexter, and Chemical X. I don't understand. I really don't like the aesthetic of the palette. I don't like the color story of the palette. There's nothing positive about this, in my opinion. The swatches, no, I don't know. They look really pigmented, but they just don't look like anything that I'm going to ever get any use out of. The other part is, so you get 12 shades, and it includes shimmers, glitter mattes, so not straight up mattes, they've got glitter in them, which is not okay, and pressed glitter pigments. No, I don't want this. I don't want anything about this. And the other piece is they're $45. I almost said 25. I thought that was steep. $45. That's a lot of money to be spending on a palette with no color story and gimmicky packaging. I don't ever really go for palettes that are like this. And I think sometimes that has limited me. Like I've missed out on really good products, like the Glam Light Cake palette. Apparently that one was really good. It was in the shape of a cake, but it was super pretty. And I could appreciate how that one was laid out. It was beautiful. But, you know, all of these other, like, there's a taco palette, there's a burger palette, there's, I don't know, there's something about novel packaging that just doesn't do it for me. And this is a prime example of that. Anyways, and then apparently somebody representing the brand was responding to everybody's critical feedback, and apparently could not handle it. So, drama. But okay, I think that's it. I think that's everything that I'm going to talk about today. I've been filming for almost an hour. I was really hoping that this video was not going to be so long, but here we are. So again, if you guys have the money for new makeup and you feel like picking some of this up, go for it. Don't let people shame you for that. But if you don't have the money for it, don't get it. You don't need it. It's just makeup. There's always going to be more releases. You're good. So those are just my thoughts on some of the things that I'm interested in, but mostly what I'm not going to be getting. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.